Great, good morning. What a wonderful morning. The sun's been shining outside. We're in Icklingham, a place called Icklingham in Suffolk, just northwest of Bury St Edmunds by some 5.5 miles, that's all, northwest. Two churches in the village. We're currently All Saints Church. This is a lovely Norman-built church, built in the 14th century. Has been redundant and not used in the diocese for the last 100 years, but now in the English Church's Conservation Trust, which is amazing. Wonderful feel to the church when you come in. Understand that Icklingham is a major important part of our previous crest when we were in Alton in France. Now, because of the Romans, the Roman pathway came into East Anglia this way as well. And this was a very large encampment that covered all the way from Icklingham, all the way around. This is a Roman Empire encampment, thousands and thousands of troops, back to 124 AD, and then basically all the way up to a place called Wordwell that we'll be going up to shortly. So the whole area is so Roman connected, it's unbelievable with the invasion and the takeover and the transformation, the transition. But what a wonderful church you can see here, just in the main high altar as it were. Lovely medieval tiles there. Lots of connections to Knights Templar, we can see that. It was certainly used by the Knights Templars during the times. Now bear in mind that we're only looking at the year 1318 when Jack de Molay was burnt at the stake. So, but the Templars did survive in other areas after, and Icklingham is one of the areas where they received some kind of unofficial sanctuary, really, I guess. One of those. Lovely tiles on the floor, you can see that, which I just think is amazing, actually. And these are original, and you can see the wonderful designs. I don't want to walk on them, obviously, because that'll damage them. But amazing, amazing tiles. One in particular that really caught my eye was that one where Janice is right now. And this one here, which has got so much detail on it, which is beautiful. Absolutely beautiful on its solid shot there. All original medieval tiles. So, yeah, and then you come down to the flowers, the petals of life as we go over, which is good. I mean, the church itself serves the village very well. And it's the only church. St James is a lovely church. I say we're going up to there next. It's a lovely church, but it hasn't been Victorianised. It's very much kept its features. It's got the thatched roof. It's got the pulpits. It's got everything in the right places, and it's even got its very own. Let's close this little gate up. That's better. Keep things closed. This is what I think fascinates me. We've got the original stairs that obviously you can't go up there now, it goes up to a higher viewpoint that would have been a little galley, not there now. And then we've got this fellow, and what an amazing find this is to see it in one of the churches. What an amazing find. An original funeral cart with wheels and spokes and everything. And look, it even moves. Look, amazing. I don't want to move it too far so I don't damage it. But out of respect for the place. But an amazing, amazing place. Beautiful funeral cart, wonderful intricate design, all that wrought iron. You can imagine the pallbearers pushing along, with the coffin on board and, pushing it along and coming into service. And the noise it would have made on those metal wheels as it rolled through into the echoes and chambers of the church. Wow, what a thing. This is quite quaint, quite amazing. It's a wonderful little organ, church organ by W. Howlett and Son. And that I found particularly in any antiquarian sort of person would very much like this. You've got the plates, obviously we could do with a very jolly good clean in a service, but I think it's here for aesthetics rather than functionality these days. Pews are amazing. Original pews here, you can even see where some people have actually sketched and chiselled into it over the years, which wouldn't be modern people, that would be back in the day. They're probably sitting there in the church listening to the pastor, the reverend talking away, and to save the boredom for the children, they'd be picking at things, wouldn't they? So you can see all those little marks. It's got so much history, so much life here, and it's amazing. And I quite like the feel to the place. That yes, it's a thatched roof. We can see the intricate designs up there. If you look up really close, you can see all the crisscross patterns of the thatch, all nicely done. But as with all thatched roofs, if you haven't got an underlayer, yes, you will get straw fall to the ground, and so the straw is on the ground. But that's how the church would have been. It would have been swept, but it wouldn't have been kept so clean really back in the day. Lovely modern stained window there. We can see that representing two of the saints. So there's a lot of theories in the area about who they really represent. I personally think that one's James really, and the other one's Peter actually. That's what I always thought. I always thought that James was the one to the left and Peter to the right. So, you know, I'm sure other people have their own views on that or their own evidence or alleged evidence in history. But that's my viewpoint. Round here, this is quite interesting. You do see it in some churches, it's a very rare find again. We've got the wonderful original hooks and braces and things, and it almost feels quite weird to go in here. But look, as we stand here, you've got where you put your Bibles, but it's quite uneven, so I don't want to stand it too much, in case I go through. But what an amazing church, you know, you imagine that, oh, I feel like I'm in the docks here. Do you know, I feel like I'm about to be tried. You know, that's a little bit interesting. Let's move out there quickly. Pulpit there, lovely. Look at this, look at this. It's an amazing thing to see. Lovely. And it's got all the, it's a shame, it's could be obviously wear and tear and age and all that, but it's got a little crack down there. But still there, it's very nice indeed. There are some interesting, we haven't found them yet, they're probably on the outside, so I'm sure Janice will take some pictures for you of the outside. But there's a lot of character reference, I said, to the Templars, to the Roman Empire, but at least us not forget King Arthur himself. Now, we know that Lancelot was in this area on his travel. Lancelot Desposini, travelled through this area, albeit it can be a bit forgetful, I guess, but travelled through this area and actually went to St James's Church. Now, it's quite interesting, because I thought when we first got here that this was St James, but this is All Saints' Church, so quite an interesting point for me, really. But going through, he travelled through here. So you've got King Arthur and Lancelot, if you believe in the myth and legend, that they didn't just travel in one area, they did move and they did go around and they did transform things and change things in what we know as the Dark Ages. But there we are. Amazing church.